everyone. How are you doing? It's been a long time. I'm here wearing my Mr. Rogers inspired sweater, which I received as a gift, except that it's not red. Actually, I think it's blue or black. I can't tell in this light. Anyway, welcome to the rebranded channel, Ratchet in Recovery. I am Francois. And today I would like to discuss the solution for gay, single, lonely, miserable men. I'm having green tea and it's cooling down and it's being blurred out, which I'm blurring my background because my room is a little messy. To be a gay man in this heteronormative world, I don't think anyone who is straight can understand the texture, the pressure, the impact of not being the majority. When you are poor and straight, I'm not going to say straight, I'm going to say heterosexual because saying straight implies that the gays are crooked or broken. But when you are poor and homeless and heterosexual, you have a chance. No one's going to look down at you. And I mean, you'll be looked down at for other reasons, but not because of your orientation. We hear these great motivational speakers like Eric Thomas, like Les Brown, who I'm a fan of their work. However, they were poor, broke, and heterosexual. And so when Eric Thomas talks about he was eating out of trash cans and living in abandoned buildings, well, thank God he had Dee Dee, the girlfriend who eventually became his wife. And so because of his love for her, he was able to just rebuild and grow because she believed in him. And then if you check out his interview, his second interview with Lewis Howes, he says, when he's asked, what is the secret to success? He said, find someone like Dee Dee, someone who believes in you, who's there for you. When you're gay, you don't have that. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen. I'm just saying, in my experience, the amount of isolated, vulnerable, shell-shocked CPTSD gay men that I've encountered who are all up on Grindr and Sniffies trying to fuck the pain away. It doesn't work, which, I've tried, been there, done that. It doesn't work. You just get a sense that, man, even when you are broke on drugs, alcoholic, when you're heterosexual, you are part of an international community. You go to Italy as a Black man, you won't speak the language, the women will look at you, you'll look at them, and wonderful things will happen because there's a mutual understanding with the look, with the energy. The same is true in England. I've lived in England. The same is true in Africa. I've lived in Africa. The heterosexual guys will just kind of start talking about, oh, yeah, that girl, and we as the gays can never identify with any of the snickering But then we also don't have the space to mention, oh, that guy looks good. I would, mm. We don't have those sorts of spaces everywhere to be able to openly process our sexuality. And so I think it's important to acknowledge the uniqueness of our lived experience as gay men. Now, if you are gay, single, lonely, and miserable, this video is for you. If you're gay, single, and joyful in your solitude, this video is not for you. You can stop watching now. This video is specifically for a lot of the men. I think I received like 200 plus comments on my video entitled "To Be Gay, Lonely, and Black." This video is for those who answered that video and yearned to have a relationship. The solution has come. All these years later, the solution is here. First of all, I want to say that we don't have to wait to get into crisis before we make a change. I know some of we queens are very independent and so distrusting because life has been miserable to the point where we're suffering in silence and we isolate ourselves. We're going to want to get out of that pretty quickly and learn to ask for help. My favorite motivational speaker, Les Brown, said, ask for help, not because you're weak, but because you want to remain strong. And so, in my lived experience, how am I able to live? Because when you are gay, single, and miserable, suicidal ideation, depression, and hopelessness become part of the daily routine. And it's not fun, and there is no joy, and some experience isolation on the holidays. I've spent like 4 or 5 Christmases alone. So here is the solution. I'm gonna give 3 things because I think this is important. The 3 things that I have found that have worked for me, and I'm still in the process of trying to accumulate the things together, but the 3 things I've identified in happy, satisfied, connected gay men. One is community. It is so important to have people around that you feel that you are part of. For me, that has shown up in 12-step programs. It's shown up by going to an open and affirming church. I don't necessarily see myself as a religious or a Christian person, but I do like the open and affirming church. I like that this is a community of people who are LGBTQ friendly, and I'm able to show up, be myself, and just be welcome. 2, finances, get your finances in order. I have been going through an economic apocalypse ever since some people who owed me money didn't pay me my money. I think it is better to be the rich, single, gay uncle than to pursue the ideal of a dream. What I mean by that is I have found that as a recovering addict, and in the rooms that I've been in, a lot of addicts, one of the primary addictions that we all face, no matter which recovery program you're in, is choosing fantasy over reality. If anything is the foundation of addiction, that is it. That is the concrete slab. That is the slab on grade. Choosing fantasy, choosing what is not even real, as though that were the reality. And then we try to use different things to wash the reality away: drugs, gambling, alcohol, sex, love, codependency, adult child, all these things. And so I have seen gay men who have been held up and able to breathe, not because they were happy, but because they had money. And so, number one, community, find yourself in a place, look for LGBTQ spaces around you. That's as easy as a Bing, Google, Yahoo search, or go into AI and ask, AI to find LGBTQ places around you. Two, get your finances in order. When we're broke, we are broken. I mean, and that's not even a gay. I think as men, you want to have money. You want to have access to capital. And for those who are not good at finances and can't afford to learn, there are wonderful programs out there. Programs like Debtors Anonymous, DA, Under Earners Anonymous, UA, where you can learn to get your finances in order for free if you're willing to be committed and follow the program. Three, relationship. This is the big, big change from from the last video, the to be gay, lonely, and black. This is the big discovery that I made. Folks, men, there are gay dating coaches. You know how they did these magazine bride, mail order bride things in like the 40s, 50s, 60s? So that industry didn't go away. Now, I'm not saying to purchase a husband from Eastern Europe. That's not what I'm saying. We all would do that. But what I'm saying is there are companies and private sole proprietors whose business it is to link men together for dating, partnership, and marriage and life partner purposes. I had no idea that was a thing. So I thought, well, I couldn't necessarily afford it outright, so I took a small loan, but I reached out to one of them who I kind of felt connected to him. His name is Andrew Betancourt, and he invented a trademark, and he invented and trademarked the boyfriend formula. I went through a month with him, and let me tell you something. After I followed his process, his formula, I had too many men. I'm not talking about men who want to just sleep with you and then I'm talking about men who want to build something long term. I had so many that I had to stop swiping right on the dating apps because I couldn't afford to do all the dates. Like I was having, day after day on weekends, and like I'm in an economically difficult position. But it was just amazing to go on a date with someone and and still have the joy afterwards and have that connection of okay, they want to see you again, you want to see them again. And I cannot say enough good about this man. Andrew, first of all, Andrew is cute. Mm, I know that shouldn't matter, but it helps. He's a handsome man, and he has a boyfriend. His system has worked for him. Um, but he really delves into the psychology of a gay man. Like, what is it that we hold in our minds and in our bodies that prevents us from building the long-term relationship that many of us yearn for? I'm not saying every gay man wants to go and, have a relationship. Some of y'all are just happy to move through male bodies like Tic Tacs. And I've done that too, and so there's no shame in it. But for those who have come to a point where you want to settle down, where you want to build a family, where you want to have a home, where you want more. And I don't care what age you are, whether you're 60, 50, 70, 80, 20, like his formula works if you work it, which is a lot of the language that you hear in therapy and group healing, it's like group therapy sessions. It works if you work it. For those who are skeptical, there is a 15-minute free consultation with him, which for me, it ended up being much longer because I tend to babble a bit. But I would say check it out. We don't have to be alone. And don't let your low self-esteem tell you that you're not worthy of being loved. That's stinking thinking. That's low self-worth speaking for you. And most of the time that's not true. Everyone has a type, and that type is not six packs, 6 feet. So, that's what the media shows on television to sell movies. But in real life, yeah, many of us, we just like regular everyday guys. Um, so the solutions, community, get your butt connected to community. It doesn't have to be religious. If you're atheist, wonderful. There are recovery Dharma meetings that are filled with atheists and agnostic people. That is a community. Oh, and another thing, as gay men, we hold a lot of our trauma in our bodies. We gonna need to shake that trauma out. And the best way that I've found to do that for free, although it's pay what you will, is by joining an ecstatic dance group near you. Yes, it's near you. Um, ecstatic dance it's not so much dance, it's ecstatic movement. And in these groups, they put on this wonderful playlist, and you don't have to be able to dance at all. It's really more about moving with the music. And if you don't feel compelled to move, then you don't move. There's this one lady who I observed in one of the dance sessions who just laid on the ground on a mat. And that was her ecstatic movement because internally she was able to kind of move with it, but she just didn't feel like physically moving. Free your minds, gentlemen, and try something new because if what you've been doing all these years isn't working, It's not going to suddenly start working in 15 years. I've been on the apps. I've done Grinder, Sniffies, Squirt, bathrooms, bathhouses, arcades, and I've had some good experiences on these places in these, locations. And other experiences have left me feeling empty and depressed. So this is not an opportunity to judge. For me, community, try some ecstatic dance, go to some 12-step meetings. They are free. You have people learning how to make six figures in 12-step programs through Under Earners Anonymous. And they're doing this for free by following a program. Get connected to your community. Number two, get your finances in order. If you don't know how to get your finances in order, go to UA, go to your financial professional, financial advisor. If your credit is terrible, go to operationhope.org. It's a nonprofit company for free. They will work with you to get your credit to a good place. So with time, you can purchase your first home or first property. And for those who have no idea how to purchase a home, rented all your life, there's a wonderful organization called NACA, NACA, I think it's .com. They will work with you from zero to you having a key in your hand to purchase a home. It may take years, but they will work with you every step along the way. We don't have to suffer unnecessarily. We don't have to try to thrive off of breadcrumbs and broken promises. We don't have to let the church's curse of gay people be our reality. And that's something that I appreciate from Les Brown, who says, someone's opinion of you does not have to become your reality. We don't have to be tragic mulattoes. We don't have to be gay, lonely, and Black. We have a life. There are many new opportunities out there, new programs, nonprofits that address a lot of the things that many of us just didn't know about and had no access to in the past. One, community, get connected to your community. Two, let's get our finances in order. That's the step that I'm on. I'm actively applying and as far as number one, community, get yourself a therapist. If you don't have a therapist, get one. And if you can't afford one because you're broke, as I am working through my own brokenness, like financial brokenness, call 988 at any time. They will talk to you over the phone for free and have a therapy session right over the phone. No insurance needed. Also, check out the Trevor Project. I don't have the Trevor Project phone number with me right now, but I'll put it in the description or the first comment. Y'all, the resources are here. Many of us have suffered in silence because we didn't know there was any other option. So connect that community. Let's get those finances in order. And three, when your finances in order as you're connected to community, reach out to Andrew Betancourt and please mention Francois. Tell him I sent you, because we don't have to sit here and suffer. And please do not let your own negative thinking about who you think you are in terms of being unattractive or too big, or let all that go. Prophetess Aretha Franklin, she said, let your mind go, let yourself be free. Let your mind go. Let yourself be free. And so I do recommend you reach out to Andrew Betancourt. He starts with addressing our own negative thinking and the way that our thoughts work for many gay men work against us. Um, but no, we can live thriving, abundant, beautiful lives full of purpose and meaning and love and sex and money. And we don't have to be tortured and live depressed. I'm on medication. My therapist referred me to a psychologist. I live with MDD, CPTSD, ADHD, and a whole comorbidity of addictions. And yeah, I feel hopeful. I feel hopeful because I'm not doing this alone. Like I have a community of recovery that surrounds me. And I have like 200 phone numbers of people in programs that if I am not in a good place, I can pick up the phone. And as I go through the phone list, I know at least five of them will pick up. It's not over. As Les Brown says, it's not over until I win. It's not over until you win. Until we overcome those barriers that were meant to keep us down, until we find our own happiness, our own joy, building our own families, our own properties, our own homes, our own husbands, boyfriends, lovers, throuple, whatever, E&M. Until we find the happy, let us not stop. It's not over until it's over. This is Francois. I hope to see many of you creating a new way, a new path that allows you to experience abundance and satisfaction more often than pain. Thank you very much for watching my video. Please do comment because I love seeing your comments and I do go and attempt to answer all of them. Make a great day. This is Francois with Ratchet in Recovery. Be well.